Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Karajanides here. I am the co-founder of the Home Buying Success Academy, and I wanted to welcome you to this comprehensive webinar on understanding your VA home loan benefits. I appreciate in advance your time and commitment to this class. And our goal here today is to provide you with a deep understanding of the VA home loan and its incredible benefits and why I believe it's an outstanding option if you're in the market to buy or refinance a home. Let's begin with a little bit of history. The VA home loan guarantee originated in 1944 during World War II as a token of gratitude from the government to all our returning service members, offering them a chance to buy a home with no money down. At that time, credit scores weren't even a consideration. Fast forward now over 80 plus years later, and the VA home loan continues to offer no down payment opportunities, but with the addition of credit score requirements. A common myth I often hear is the belief that the VA directly issues these types of loans. That is not the case. The VA's role is to insure the loan, not to issue the loan. The actual lending actually comes from the banks and other financial institutions. And although the VA does not set a specific credit score requirement, most lenders today do seek a minimum score of at least a 520 or higher. So I always advise my clients, families, and partners to check their credit reports on a regular basis, ideally every 90 to 120 days, ensuring accuracy and spotting any opportunities to improve your scores. Ideally, you want to aim for a score of 700 or higher so you can benefit from all types of loans, including different types of insurances. Now let's discuss eligibility. You're eligible for a VA loan if you served in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, or Coast Guard and have completed 90 days of service during wartime periods such as World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam War, and the Persian Gulf War. For peacetime service, a requirement of 181 continuous days applies. For those in the reserves or National Guard, 6 years of active duty post-1993 secures your eligibility. An important step in utilizing your VA loan is obtaining your Certificate of Eligibility, or Form 261880. You can apply for this form yourself, but a quicker route is often through a VA-approved lender who can confirm your eligibility within minutes. Who can finance with a VA loan? There are three main categories of who can finance for a VA loan. Number one is a veteran alone. Number two is a veteran with a spouse. And number three is two veterans together. It's essential to note that the financed property must be your primary residence initially, but there's flexibility after a year for converting it into a rental, presenting an excellent opportunity for wealth building. In terms of what can be financed, the property must be in good conditioning, adhering to safety and health codes. This includes making sure all renovations are properly permitted. Condos are eligible as well, provided they're on the VA approved list. For any potential new homeowners, it's crucial to check this beforehand. Why choose a VA loan? The foremost benefit is the no down payment feature, making it a uniquely advantageous product. Additionally, VA loans don't require private mortgage insurance, PMI, even with less than 20% down, a significant savings compared to other loan types. Moreover, the flexibility around closing costs is a substantial advantage. It's a huge advantage that can be borrowed, gifted, or even paid by the seller or the lender. Now, confirming your eligibility for a VA loan is a crucial step. This is done through the Certificate of Eligibility or Form 261880. You have a few ways to go about this. One option is to fill out the form yourself and send it to the Regional Loan Center in Decatur, Georgia. Typically, the turnaround time for this process is about 4 to 8 weeks. However, there's a more efficient route. You can send it to a VA-approved lender, and they will take care of this process within 2 hours or less. My recommendation to save time and streamline your process is to work with a lender like myself and my team, or other investors and lenders that we have access to that are VA approved and specialized, that can facilitate getting confirmation of your VA eligibility very fast and swiftly, often with just a few minutes. This efficiency is crucial, especially in dynamic housing markets where timing can be everything. Working with a lender who specializes in VA loans brings numerous benefits. Not only do we understand, or do they understand, the ins and outs of the VA loan process, but they also are updated on all guidelines and regulations. This expertise ensures that your journey towards home ownership is as smooth and straightforward as possible. So what are the next steps if you're considering a VA loan. The first thing to do is verify your eligibility. Once that's done, we can then discuss your financial goals and determine the best course of action. Whether you're buying your first home, refinancing, or considering a second property, understanding your VA loan benefits is the key to making informed and advantageous decisions. Let's delve into who could finance and use a VA loan. There are three primary scenarios here. First, a veteran, either active duty or retired, can individually use the VA loan. Second, a veteran and a spouse have the option to use the VA loan jointly, which is a common scenario. Lastly, two veterans can collaborate to use their VA loan benefits together. This could be a father and a son, both of whom have served, looking to purchase a home together. However, it's important to note that a veteran cannot use a VA loan jointly with a non-veteran who is not a spouse, such as a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Regarding the financed property, it must be owner-occupied. This means you intend to live in the property as your primary residence. However, there's an investing caveat. After living in the property for a full 1 year, you have the option to convert it into a rental. This is an excellent strategy for building wealth. Imagine buying a home with no money down, living in the home for a year, and then turning it into a rental property. The condition of the property is also crucial. The VA is stringent about safety and health standards, so the property you're financing must be in good condition. This means no major damages like torn carpets where a child can't crawl, or broken glass, or any kind of structural damage. Any renovations or improvements must be fully permitted. Remember, the VA loan isn't for fixer-uppers or tear-downs. It's for properties that are safe and habitable from the beginning. Condos can be financed under a VA loan, but they must be on the VA-approved list. If you're considering a condo, it's important to verify its VA approval status before proceeding. Our team can assist you in this research, ensuring that the property you're interested in is eligible for VA financing. Why use a VA loan? The most significant benefit is the no money down payment requirement. This is a unique advantage as very few loan products offer this. The only other similar program is the USDA loan, but that's specifically for rural areas. The VA loan stands out as an accessible and affordable path to home ownership, especially for those who served our country. One significant advantage of a VA loan is the absence of private mortgage insurance, commonly known as PMI. Typically, with conventional loans where less than 20% is put down, or even FHA loans with a minimum of 3.5% down payment, PMI is a requirement. This can add a considerable amount to your monthly mortgage payment. However, with a VA loan, you're exempt from this extra cost, even with no money down. This benefit alone can lead to substantial savings over the life of your loan. Another remarkable aspect of the VA loan is the flexibility in handling closing costs. These costs can be borrowed, they can be gifted, or even paid by the seller or even the lender. This flexibility opens up options for you to manage your upfront expenses more effectively. It's another way the VA loan makes home ownership more accessible for our veterans and active military families. Next, let's talk about the funding fee. This is a one-time fee paid to the VA directly, and it's crucial for the sustainability of the program. However, there are ways to reduce or even avoid this fee altogether, such as in cases of VA-rated disabilities. We'll dive deeper into this in the following slides. When it comes to credit and income requirements, the VA loan offers more flexibility compared to conventional or FHA loans. This makes it easier for many veterans to qualify for a mortgage. Additionally, the VA loan program includes excellent jumbo loan options. You can finance up to $1.5, even $2 million with competitive interest rates and no down payment requirements. Now, obviously, you have to qualify for that loan, but there's no down payment requirements, making it an attractive option for larger home purchases. Refinancing with a VA loan offers unique benefits as well. The VA IRRL, or Interest Rate Reduction Refinance Loan, allows for streamlined refinancing options. This can be done multiple times as long as it results in a rate reduction of at least 1/4 to 0.5%, providing ongoing financial benefits. Furthermore, with a cash-out refinance, you could tap into your home equity to pay off debts, invest, or even buy another property. And if you currently have a conventional loan, switching to a VA loan through refinancing is a viable option if you're VA eligible. These features highlight why the VA loan is not just a mortgage product, but a powerful financial tool for veterans and active duty service members. Its flexibility, cost-saving benefits, and range of options cater to a diverse financial needs and situations, making it a standout choice in the home loan market. Let's address some common myths and misconceptions surrounding VA loans. It's crucial for both consumers and real estate professionals to understand the realities of these loans, as misconceptions can lead to missed opportunities. First, there's a myth that VA benefits can only be used for your first home. That is not true. Your VA loan benefit is reusable. Once a VA loan is paid off, you can use the benefit again. Even if you refinance your VA loan into a conventional loan and free up your entitlement, you can use your VA benefit for another home purchase. This makes the VA loan an ongoing resource throughout your home ownership journey. Another myth is about the seller's obligation in VA loans. Some believe the seller must pay points or closing costs for the buyer. This is not a requirement, and it's not true. Closing costs can be paid by the seller, the lender, or even real estate agents, but there's no VA mandate requiring the seller to bear any of these costs. Regarding loan limits, the old cap of $240,000 is no longer applicable. VA loan limits have been eliminated, offering more flexibility for larger home purchases. Additionally, a spouse's income can indeed be used to qualify for a loan, especially if they have a stable job in the same line of work for at least 2 years or more. One particularly interesting aspect of VA loans is their assumability. A common misconception is that only veterans can assume a VA loan. In reality, any credit-worthy individual can assume a VA loan, which can be a significant advantage in a market with rising interest rates. However, this does impact the original veteran's loan entitlement, so it's something to consider very, very carefully. Regarding the VA funding fee, it's often believed to be unavoidable. This isn't always the case. Veterans with a service-connected disability of at least 10% are exempt from this fee. Furthermore, the amount of the funding fee can vary based on your down payment. A down payment of at least 5% can significantly reduce this fee. Lastly, the belief that 2 years of service is absolutely necessary for eligibility is false. There are numerous circumstances, such as early or medical discharges, where less than 2 years of service still qualifies you for a VA loan. Let's delve into the VA funding fee. This fee is key to sustaining the VA home loan program. It's a one-time fee paid to the VA, typically rolled into your loan, not an out-of-pocket expense. For veterans with a disability rating of 10% or more, this fee is actually waived entirely. For others, the fee varies. For first-time use without a down payment, it is 2.15% of the loan amount. For you're using the VA loan again without a down payment, it increases to 3.3%. However, making a down payment can significantly reduce this fee. For example, a 5% down payment can cut the fee by almost half in subsequent uses. For reservists and National Guard members, a similar structure applies. Understanding these details helps in planning your home financing effectively. Now let's talk about the basic allowance for housing, or as we call it, BAH. This is a significant benefit for active duty military families, especially in areas like San Diego, Hawaii, and Virginia Beach with a strong military presence. BAH is tax-free money provided to you for housing. It's a tool you can use to rent, live off base, or even better, buy a property and build wealth. Let's look at this graph showing the potential accumulation of BAH over a 25-year military career. This amount, which could be over $633,000, is equivalent to almost $800,000 in gross tax income. It's a substantial sum that can be leveraged towards purchasing a home. What will you do with your BAH entitlement? It's a great question. It's an opportunity to buy a home, build equity, and even receive potential tax breaks. For many active duty personnel, the hesitation to buy stems from the possibility of relocating. But remember, if you buy a home and live in it for at least 1 year, it can be converted into a rental property managed by a property management company while you're stationed elsewhere. This strategy can turn your BAH into a long-term investment. Now, a common concern: what if my house never goes up in value? Should I still buy? The answer is a resounding yes. Rent tends to increase over time, offering no tax benefits, equity, or ownership In contrast with a home purchase, especially with a fixed rate mortgage, your payment remains consistent. In California, for example, the average home appreciation over the past 30 years is about 6.2%. This appreciation means that over time, your home is likely to increase in value, building your equity. You can rent it out, benefiting from somebody else paying your mortgage, and eventually sell it for a profit. Finally, let's discuss the steps to a successful VA closing. Once you've confirmed your VA eligibility and decided to buy a home, the next step is to partner with a knowledgeable and experienced lending team. Like us here, we can refer you from the Home Buying Success Academy to an awesome team. We'll guide you through getting pre-approved, finding the right property, and navigating the VA loan process smoothly. Our aim is to ensure your home buying experience is as seamless and stress-free as possible. The first step in your VA loan journey is to find a great lending team that specializes in VA loans. It's crucial to work with somebody you trust and who has an extensive knowledge of VA loans. Our resources here at the Home Buying Success Academy, we pride ourselves on being the top VA lending teams in every state in the U.S. We have extensive experience in handling VA loans, ensuring a smooth process from start to finish. Step 2 is getting pre-approved. It's important to understand the difference between pre-qualification and pre-approval. Pre-qualification is an informal assessment of your finances, whereas pre-approval is a more formal evaluation, giving you a clear idea of your purchasing power. This step, vital as it is, determines your budget and comfort level with expected monthly payments, including mortgage, property taxes, homeowners insurance, and if applicable, HOA dues. With a VA loan, you can finance a home up to the county limit with no down payment. Remember, today, the VA loan has no county limits. So as long as you're eligible, you qualify, and you can comfortably afford the payment, you can get yourself a VA loan with no county limits at all. Sellers and lenders will take your offer more seriously when you have a solid pre-approval from a reputable lender. Once you find a professional real estate agent who understands the VA loan process, you'll make an offer on a property. After your offer is accepted, we'll start your official loan application. We order an appraisal and begin processing your application at that time as well. Ensuring the property's value matches your purchase price is essential, as the VA will not insure a loan if the appraisal comes in lower than your purchase price. After the appraisal confirms the property value and we receive full approval from underwriting, we work on clearing any remaining loan conditions. Your documents will then be prepared for the official signing at either the attorney's office or the escrow office, depending on what state you are in. The final step is the closing, where you'll sign the documents, and typically funding and recording happen either the same day or the next day. This process usually completes in less than 30 days, making you an official homeowner. As we wrap up today's class, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your time, energy, and attention to this material. If you have any questions at all about what we've covered, please reach out to us directly here at the Home Buying Success Academy. Our commitment is to serve and educate you while you're going through this process. We are honored to be part of your journey of achieving the dream of home ownership. If this is your first home and you're a first-time buyer, please help us spread the word. And if you found this information valuable, please share this link to this video, our Facebook business page, to anybody else who you believe might benefit. All my contact information is either below here or somewhere on the screen. Take care. I wish you nothing but the best of success in your journey, and we'll see you on the inside. Bye-bye for now.